Here in the manufacturing room at home, they create what is called the sauna heater, what the owner of the company calls the heart of the finished product. And that ends up in a place like this, in any Estonian home. If I had a hot dog for every home run that Penn State hit on Dollar Dog Night, I'd have 2 hot dogs. The journey to help Penn State recapture last season's success won't be easy, but all roads have their starting point. Last time these two teams met at PNC Park last season, Penn State managed to hit its stride offensively. This year, in a whole new environment, and it's both sides finding their offensive groove. Hello from Tallinn, Estonia. I'm Logan Barandis. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report special. These are tense times in many places across the world. Here in Europe, many fear of Russia expanding its war from Ukraine to other countries. It's a busy news time in Estonia. From border security to Ukrainian refugees, in this country, there is a high level of press freedom. Russia's invasion of Ukraine led to thousands of Ukrainian families fleeing the war zone and making their way to Estonia, looking for shelter and safety. The city of Tallinn has a deep medieval history that includes the Teutonic Knights and the Northern Crusades. In sports, the Baltics have a long and proud basketball history, and Estonia is no exception. Part of that pride comes from the Estonian national team, winning the last Soviet Cup in 1991.
That's all for this special edition of the Center County Report in Estonia. I'm Hannah Markovich.
And I'm Logan Barandis. Thanks for joining us and watching our stories from around this fascinating country. Goodbye from Tallinn.
Hello and welcome back to After the Whistle. I'm AJ Sisson.
And I'm Logan Barandis. Penn State's lacrosse programs are rolling as of late, but State High hasn't had the same luck. We'll dive into that and much more, but first, we start on the diamond as we head to Community Field as State High played host to Mifflin County. State High's head coach Dave Williams and company looking to get this big win, but after an RBI single from Kayla McKnight, State High would answer back and record the strikeout to keep it a 1-0 Mifflin County lead to open things out. But it'd be Adam Cooper to respond for State High. He cranks a double into the gap to score not 1, but 2 Little Lions to put a State High 2-1 lead at the end of the first inning. And State High looking to build on that lead as well. It'll be Jensen Chestnut to do just that for State High. He would get a double right here, and he'll fly around the bases to extend these Little Lions lead. They would lead 3-1, but that'll be the only scoring for State High for now. As Mifflin County would look to come back into this one, they would do so in one of 2 ways. First, a wild pitch, which would score Tucker Gill all the way from third. That would cut the State High lead in half. But then you have a runner on third. He's not going to stay there. He's on his way home. J.P. Panito going to steal home and tie things up at 3. And Tucker Gill with an RBI single right up the middle to put Mifflin County back up in front 4-3. Mifflin County will go on to finish a 6-0 run to take this one 7-3 over State High. State High now sits at 1-3 on the season as they took the trip to Wexford to take on the North Allegheny Tigers this afternoon, with the Little Lions trying to stop the Tigers' undefeated start to the season. As for Mifflin County, they're now 2-1 and playing host to the 1-3 Chambersburg Trojans tomorrow. The Penn State Nittany Lions look to get back on track against Illinois last night at the Bryce Jordan Center. Penn State looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, and on Valentine's Day at the Bryce Jordan Center, you see Seth Lundy getting introduced to the Penn State fans. He would start things off offensively on the steal and in transition, going to slam it home for Penn State, getting a hot start. Penn State up 4-0. Now less than 3 minutes into the half, it'd be Jalen Pickett's show for Penn State. He steps back, nails the 3. That's his 2,000th career point for the Nittany Lions. Had a hot first half. You see him getting honored at the Bryce Jordan Center, played at both Siena and now at Penn State. You see Micah Shrewsbury's squad moving in to the second half. It'll be Pickett again, same shot, opposite side, and Pickett would finish strong in this one. And now moving later on into the second half, Pickett going to take it in himself this time. He finishes with a strong 41 points for the senior guard. That was more than enough for Penn State, sweeping the season series against Illinois, winning 93-81. With the win, Penn State gets a badly needed one heading into last place Minnesota on Saturday night. AJ Sisson has more on Pickett's record-breaking performance. This game played immediately after the men's lacrosse game. You see both Cornell and Penn State getting ready for this matchup. It'll be Megan Murray to start things out early for the blue and white. She would score back-to-back goals, putting Penn State up 3-1 early in this contest. Now moving midway through the first quarter, and Brooke Haas going to cut out towards her right, split the defenders for the goal. Now Penn State back up 4-1. Now moving into the second quarter of action, Cornell gets in on the fun. Kylie Gelibert scores an unassisted goal, putting Penn State just up 5-3. And now responding on a 2-goal Cornell run, it would be who else but Kristen O'Neill moving out towards her left. She fires one in from the circle, putting Penn State up 6-3. Penn State would lead 7-5 at the half, and coming out of the half, it would be the Big Red starting out things hot. Amanda Kramer would spark a 5-goal run for Cornell, that goal putting them down 7-6. Cornell would come back to tie it, but multiple free position goals would put Penn State out in front. First, that one from Kristen O'Neill, and then Megan Murray would join in on the fun as well, putting Penn State back up 13-10, and that's where the score would stay for Penn State's win. With the win, Penn State improves to 10-3 on the year and will face Michigan on Saturday. For Cornell, the loss bumps them down to 6-5 on the season, as we'll host Harvard on Saturday. One of the more unique things about Estonia and this part of the world is people's love of hot saunas, especially on days like today. Many homes have them, and they become a unique part of Estonia's culture.
It's addictive. After you want to do it again and again.
Sauna. It's the one word that seems to make every Estonian smile. The country's obsession with saunas dates back to the 13th century. Sim Nellis is the founder of Whom, a sauna heater company, and is a third-generation heater maker. He says the term sauna means many things, from better health to winter warmth and even national pride.
It means sauna, being healthy, relaxing, taking time for yourself, washing your body and also your soul from inside.
Estonia is one of the only countries in the world where people bathe in saunas, and you'll find them everywhere, from hotels to homes to even tourist attractions. Here in the manufacturing room at Whom, they create what is called the sauna heater, what the owner of the company calls the heart of the finished product. And that ends up in a place like this, in any Estonian home. In a country with long winters, it's even become a sport. The annual sauna marathon involves teams that visit numerous saunas and spend at least 3 minutes in each one. Whom sent a team to the marathon. But recently, the company's taken on a more serious mission, sending saunas to soldiers in Ukraine. Nellis says the Ukrainian army asked for them after learning how Finland used them when the Soviets invaded back in 1939.
In Finnish Winter War, sauna was actually Finn's secret weapon. It was the secret weapon with what they boost man's morale and health, to keep them healthy in very difficult physical and mental environment.
Saunas are also a destination for social outings. Here along the Baltic Sea coast, Igloo Park features 10-person units that provide a quiet setting just a few miles from Tallinn's center. It started as a way to showcase saunas, according to manager Taavi Namistu, who says it's a part of their national identity.
I think everybody goes to the sauna at least once a week. If there is a group gathering, is it a family or a friends group? If in some other countries you go to a pub, in Estonia you go to the sauna, and after you see what else you do.
And this special culture cuts across generations. Marco Susi is a student at the University of Tartu.
Because of our history and, the weather as well, right? Like right now it's snowy, so cold. And our history, it's been quite sad, quite difficult. And I think Estonians are by nature a bit more depressed than, for example, like Californian people, because they've had it easier than us. And we have like a deep cold in our hearts. So we go to sauna to warm it up.
Not far from Igloo Sauna is another unique experience. Lenu Sulps is a non-profit organization that invites people to combine sauna with a winter swim. Mart Lepik is one of the creators and is a winter swimmer himself.
It helps to keep your vascular system healthy. It's basically like exercise for your blood vessels to shrink and then expand later on. A cold does not exist to me anymore. I don't get sick.
The only way to truly understand their fascination is to try it for yourself, which I did. But after you first jump in the Baltic Sea, with water temperatures close to 0 Celsius, the sauna afterwards doesn't feel as warm as most. Lepik says that's because having it too hot could be dangerous.
Your heart is going to start racing, you might lose your consciousness. So this is what we're not trying to do here. You need to warm up slowly, it's a slow process.
Fantastic!
Mia here says a warm sauna is addictive and it gets Estonians through the long, cold winter.
It's in our blood. In Estonians have this sauna culture in the blood, and why they like it is because it's cold country, very dark country, and sauna is the place where you can warm up in a winter. It's a socializing place. Estonians are very introvert, so in saunas they open up and they start to talk to each other, and everyone is one big family finally, not fighting.
In Tallinn, Estonia, I'm Logan Barandis for the Center County Report. Thanks, John. Penn State was able to defeat the Bearcats in dominating fashion to cap off its first home stretch of the 2023 season. I took a look at how it all went down. Dollar Dog Night drew in many fans for Penn State's final game before conference play. The Nittany Lions responded with an offensive masterclass. Penn State ended a brisk Tuesday night with a 15-1 win over the Binghamton Bearcats, a run total the Nittany Lions have only topped once this season. The one run was the only blemish for starter Ben DeMel, who made his first career start. Even after DeMel's exit, the offense continued to strike, which included some big-time blasts.
If I had a hot dog for every home run that Penn State hit on Dollar Dog Night, I'd have 2 hot dogs, with Anthony Steele hitting a go-ahead 3-run home run in the 4th inning and Kyle Hannon following it up with a solo shot an inning later.
It was the first home run of the season for both players, as those added on to a 13-hit day for the offense. That kind of potency throughout the lineup is something manager Rob Cooper hopes to replicate throughout the season.
When you look at that lineup 1 through 9 and you have guys coming off the bench like that, you know that you have guys that are going to compete, and you don't have to just rely on 1 or 2 guys. So it's a team effort for sure.
A big part of that effort in the win was Anthony Steele, who not only had a 2-hit, 4 RBI day at the plate, but came in as a pitcher in the 9th inning and recorded 2 strikeouts to close out the win.
Oh, it felt good. It's always exciting to touch the mound as a two-way guy, and the coaches have faith in me to still go out there, even though I don't get to throw as much as other pitchers on our staff, but it's always just a great time.
Steele referred to fellow two-way player Shohei Ohtani as his favorite player, and like the Angels superstar, Cooper looked at his play as fun to watch.
Did okay. It was kind of got involved in the game a little bit today. Swung it back good. Threw 93 at the end of the game. That was fun.
The Nittany Lions will now look to use their momentum from Tuesday's win as they shift to the start of Big Ten play. Reporting in studio, I'm Logan Barandis.
State men's basketball team found itself a new coach this last week. Logan, you were at the presser. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for anyone to fill the shoes of Micah Shrewsbury, but Mike Rhodes, coming over from VCU, will look to do just that. And let's take a look at the highlights of his opening press conference.
And I am excited to welcome our next head basketball coach, Mike Rhodes.
A new era of Penn State men's basketball tipped off with the hiring of ex-VCU head coach Mike Rhodes. That was made official after a 7-year contract was enough to lure the Pennsylvania native home. Among the crowd to meet Rhodes for the first time were players from Penn State's recent run in the NCAA tournament, from seniors who won't get the chance to play for him to players currently in the transfer portal. Those players weren't the only ones in the tournament, however, as Rhodes capped off his final season at VCU with an Atlantic 10 tournament championship and an NCAA tournament appearance, his 3rd during his 6-year tenure with the Rams. But now, after taking over for Micah Shrewsbury, who recently took the head coaching job at Notre Dame, Rhodes faces a tall task with a program that has since seen its entire recruiting class decommit.
The journey to help Penn State recapture last season's success won't be easy, but all roads have their starting point.
For Rhodes, that start means 3 things.
Bold, different, and aggressive. I want to say it again. We want to build something that is bold, different, and aggressive, and not be afraid.
Penn State fans hope that creates a winning formula on the court, and during his 19-year coaching career, Rhodes has amounted 373 wins. That long history of success is something that Penn State Athletic Director Pat Kraft has closely followed.
He's a winner, hard stop. He's a winner, period. He knows how to win. He understands what it takes to win at every level. He's done it at Randolph-Macon, he did it at Rice, he's done it at VCU. He's a winner.
While Rhodes starts to build up the Nittany Lions for the upcoming season, one thing he already has is a love for the Penn State community, something that fans will enjoy as they look for stability after what is now their 4th coach in 4 years.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be the head coach at Penn State every day and coach basketball and help young people pursue their dreams. Are you crazy? Why not? and why not now?
I'm Logan Barandis for After the Whistle.
Logan, that was a great story. And Coach Mike Rhodes, like many Penn State fans, they're hoping that they can get them back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and we'll see just how Coach Mike Rhodes fares in Big Ten Conference play. But that's going to do it for this week's show of After the Whistle. And AJ, where can people tune in to hear the latest updates on District 6 sports and Penn State sports?
Well, how about Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at After the Whistle.